Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the opposition's third speaker, and we strongly oppose the motion. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to rebut all of the government's team's assertions. Ladies and gentlemen, is survey in combat really appropriate for a woman? Even if it is their will, is it really for the better of women? This is the question we ask. Women in the military are already exposed to too much risk, such as sexual harassment, rapes, assaults, and much more. An Army sniper that's served in Iraq for 2 years claimed that men in the military are unable to avoid their most primal instinct when there is a woman around. And his concern was that men in those circumstances would take over women by strength. Ladies and gentlemen, the government team claimed that women take these chances of being harassed and of being sexually assaulted. And women take these chances, so it's their responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, nonsense. The government has the right to protect their citizens, and women are part of their citizens. To do nothing, even though the government knows that women are getting sexually harassed, raped, and assaulted in the military and during their servitory and combat, is ridiculous. The government must do something, must have a policy to prevent this, and the policy to prevent this is not allowing women to serve in combat. In addition, they claim that the government team's second assertion and third assertion was about how women in Korea, about how if women volunteer for the combat, then it will be better for Korea to defend our country. However, ladies and gentlemen, Korea, in fact, is allowing women to volunteer for combat currently nowadays. Women who are willing to serve for combat are serving in military right now. And therefore, it cannot, allowing this, doing this policy as the government's will not make any change to the Korea security, and it will make no difference. Therefore, their second and third assertion were totally. We want the government team's second and third assertion. And in addition, the government team claimed that there are lots of weak men and that women can be stronger than men. However, physically, men are advantageous. They're born with differences in their structure. Claiming that women and men are different physically is not discrimination. Not allowing women to serve in combat is very different from unfair treatment, such as not allowing women to vote in elections, and more discrimination that women have suffered through in the past. It's simply that scientifically, serving in combat is more appropriate for men because they are physically advantageous, and because women are going to suffer when facing their physical defects. Serving in combat is too dangerous for women in many ways because of their constitution, because men are advantageous in constitution, and this is why we oppose the motion. Last but not, and in addition, we would like to claim that the opposition team we are claiming that we should prevent, since Korea is allowing women to volunteer for military, and since women are getting harassed sexually, we must do something for these women. We, the opposition team, are not discriminating women and men. We are clearly stating that we must protect women because they are a citizen of the Republic of Korea, and that because women are suffering in military and when they are serving in combat. For an example, a 2008 study of women seeking health care through the VA found that nearly 1 in 3 women were raped during their serving in combat, which is almost twice of the rape rate in the U.S. society. This is a serious problem in society, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why we
No, women is not allowed to serve in combat, so that's why they have to be
in Korea, women are allowed to serve voluntarily in combat currently. This is the information that we got from. It's the truth, and it's a fact stated. Women in Korea are allowed to serve voluntarily in combat. Of course, the serving in combat is mandatory for men because all men in Korea have to serve in combat. But for women, it's voluntary, and women whose will is to serve in the combat are allowed currently. And this is why we strongly believe that we must prevent this policy from getting women harassed sexually because women are going through too much. And out of order. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to remember that women serving in combat voluntarily will not do any good to the defense and the security of Korea, and that it's only doing harm to the citizens of the nation. And these are the reasons why we, opposition teams, strongly oppose the motion.